today I'm going to be talking about Kendrick Lamar at the Super Bowl. Everybody been talking about it. Some people liked the halftime show and a lot of people didn't. And so this video is going to be talking about that halftime show. And I love Impressive, and she really didn't like the halftime show, but she have the same argument or points that a lot of other people had when it came to the halftime show and the reasons why they did not like it. Me personally, I loved it. I feel that there was a message that was in his performance, and he gave that message, and it was strong. And some people heard it, and I think some people didn't, or they just didn't want to because they're used to this extravagant performance at the halftime show. The halftime show is usually like a concert, and that's what people expected and wanted. But I believe people failed to realize that Kendrick Lamar is not that type of artist. And what I love about his music is usually there's a message there. And I think he delivered, and he delivered strong. So, yeah, we're going to get into this video, and I'm going to talk about it.
Channel. Did Kendrick Lamar fumble the Super Bowl halftime show? I think he did, y'all. And to be honest, I was kind of underwhelmed. It's not like Kendrick did a bad job. I thought he did a great job. I thought the dancers killed it. I thought it was good. It was a good performance, but it didn't wow me. And I guess the reason why it didn't wow me is because my expectations were so high.
Yeah.
Kendrick is a great performer. And I do remember when he performed at that Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre halftime show, and his performance was amazing.
See, that's the thing. I believe that everybody's expectations was high, and they expected something different. And I think that's where the problem come in at, because people need to realize he's not that type of artist. And yeah, he do have performances where he's more entertaining, but I don't think that that's what he was coming with. And I actually expected him to do exactly what he did. I didn't expect anything else. Especially because we know that his biggest song is about the beef with Drake. So, I mean, I really expected that it would go the way it did, considering that in recent, weeks, when the last couple weeks, I believe it's been, since Drake filed that lawsuit. And so I knew that Kendrick Lamar was going to take this moment and do his thing and send a message, and he did just that. So if people were aware of the lawsuit that Dre filed, then they should have known that Kendrick would do this or do it in this way. He was going to do something, a little bit different with a message, and he did that.
So I was expecting that times 10, but I didn't get that. The thing that was missing was his hits. He performed more of the songs on his album GNX, and I do understand he has a stadium tour coming up with SZA, and these are the songs that he's going to be performing. So this whole show was really a plug for his album GNX. However, I do wish he performed more of his hits. I appreciate the fact that he at least did Be Humble, because that was one of my favorite parts. He did All the Stars with SZA, which was really good. SZA sounded great. And he also did DNA, I think. So he did perform a few of his hits, and of course his biggest one, Not Like Us. However, I wish he performed other ones like Loyalty, like Love Me, Love Me. He could have performed We Gonna Be Alright, B Don't Kill My Vibe.
But no, I don't agree, because if I was an artist, you have to think about it from his perspective. Why would I sing my old songs? Yeah, I know those are the songs that my audience or my supporters, they love. But I want you guys to like my new songs. I have new stuff that's out that I need to push and get out in front of people and allow people to hear it. So that's my opportunity to shine some light on my new music. So I think he did the right thing. He incorporated a little bit of the old and he brought new. And I think that was a good idea, because I would do the same. And I feel that if he would have performed all of his old hits, then people would have said, Oh, he performed all that old stuff. Why he didn't do anything different or anything new? So I don't think that he would have won either way in the situation. So mixing a little bit of both, I think, was a good idea.
Vibe. Even Poetic Justice. And I know Poetic Justice is a song with Drake. He's beefing with Drake.
One of my
However,
favorites.
he could have brought Janet Jackson out. That would have really gagged the audience because the song does sample Janet's song Anytime, Any Place. I mean, it would have been one of the most iconic moments in Super Bowl history if he brought Janet.
Okay, so I don't agree with that just because I feel that if he would have brought Janet out, I think she would have took his shine and his moment for the message that he was trying to portray. She would have done that because nobody would have expected that. So that's the reason why I think he didn't go that far. But I don't think he had to. Honestly, I just don't think he had to. I think he did an amazing job. An amazing job. I actually looked for the video and I have watched it several times online because that's how much I enjoyed it. So I think he did a good job. He kept it about him. He didn't bring out too many big, like a lot of big people and all this stuff. He didn't do anything drastic. He kept the focus on him and his message. And that was a smart move.
Janet out because we know what happened to Janet when she performed at the Super Bowl. She had a wardrobe malfunction and she got into a battle with CBS and she was blacklisted for years because of that performance. So if Kendrick brought her out, it would almost be like a full circle moment. It would be incredible, but Kendrick didn't do that and he kind of underwhelmed me. And this is not to say that his performance was bad. I thought it was good. I think it would be good for like a concert, but for the Super Bowl, you have to really, really come with it. And he kind of did not live up to my expectations. But I do appreciate.
You know what? And the thing about that is, and a lot of people is saying that, but I don't know what else he was supposed to do. Like, in my opinion, he did amazing. I'm not trying to be biased. I just think he did a good job because if I felt he didn't, I would say that. I realized what his performance represented and what message he was trying to put out, and he did that. And I just feel it was literally nothing else he could do to turn it up a notch besides what, get naked. Like, I don't know. I don't know what else he could have did on that stage or in his performance that would have been the turn up that everybody is looking for. I just don't know. Because I think he did an amazing job and the numbers show for that. They said the numbers were at an all-time high. So he have the fan base, and yeah, I think he did really good. Because I didn't expect it to be like other halftime shows. He's not one of those performers that just focuses on dancing and all the other stuff to entertain. He's a rapper for one. So anything outside of him rapping was probably the best entertainment you was gonna get. Him moving around and in sync with the dances and stuff like that. That probably was the best you was gonna get. It was the lyrics. It was his message. It was the little things that he did throughout the performance that had the wow factor for me. Like the Samuel L. Jackson that was dressed as Uncle Sam. That was a wow factor. The things that Samuel L. Jackson was saying throughout the performance. That was the wow factor. It was the message in that. And I think that was bigger than everything. Because he did it fearlessly. So that right there was huge. And another thing, they showed, because I'm not going to play a whole lot of this video, but she also showed it in this video how a lot of the people in the crowd was not entertained by his performance. They were sitting there looking bored and disappointed. But a lot of the crowd was conservatives. So what do you expect? They probably don't even know who he is or don't even listen to his music, I'm sure. So you can expect that they would not enjoy the performance. But again, it wasn't even for them. I hope they heard the message though. I hope the message was heard. It wasn't about being entertained and performed. The performance, it was the message in it. So that's what I believe the biggest thing was for Kendrick, and he delivered that. That's all he wanted to do. He did that.
The dancing and the creative direction. I appreciate the fact that he was putting on for the West Coast culture, and he had his dancers dressed in red and blue. They were representing the Bloods and the Crips, and they came together and united. There was a part where the dancers formed this American flag, and you had Samuel L. Jackson representing Uncle Sam and telling these dancers that they were too loud, too ghetto, which I'm pretty sure a lot of the conservatives in the audience were thinking just that while watching this performance.
Yeah.
And Kendrick was also playing this whole game. Like, his whole setup was like a PlayStation game. And at the end of the performance, he said, "Game over." So that was almost like, I won, B. I won. That was a dig at Drake. But the question is, did he win though? Did he really? Now, he performed Not Like Us, and he was very bold with it because he looked straight in the camera and said, "Say, Drake, I heard you like 'em young." Like, he did not care about performing this song, knowing the legal ramifications that could come from it, because, you know, Drake did sue UMG for pushing the song that was basically accusing him of being a PDF file. So the fact that this song is being performed in front of the entire world, this just actually helps Drake's legal case. And I don't know, I think there can be some serious backlash from this performance, but I think Kendrick had to make a point, and he wasn't going to miss out on the chance to perform this song.
Okay, I just need to say something really quick. Since when do people sue somebody when it's a rap battle? I've never heard of that. Drake, like, come on now. And everything in this video was alleged. Let me just say that before I give my opinion. But in the same token, why is you suing? Do you know how many rap battles there's been in the past? Nobody sues because they mad they lost a rap battle. Like, what? But we ain't gonna go that far. My thing is, yes, Kendrick did win, in my opinion. I'm sorry. He was way more creative, and I'm gonna leave it as that.
Was a massive hit. It won 5 Grammys, and it was clearly the song that everybody was waiting on, because the moment he performed it, that's when he got the biggest reaction, and that was very telling. Which is why I say Kendrick kind of fumbled, because this moment that was supposed to be his, once again, is being tied back to Drake. He even wore a lowercase a chain representing his A minor line. Like, this man was really, he was. No, really
I don't think his moment was taken away from him. I don't. He created that moment. He did that. So for me, like, I didn't look at it that way. Maybe people did, because I'm hearing mixed opinions on the performance. But yeah, I think he did a good job, and I don't think it took away from anything. We all know that he is the one who created that song. We know what it represents, and we expected for him to perform that song, and that was going to be the highlight of the Super Bowl. We knew that. Most of us did when we knew that he was going to perform at the Super Bowl. We knew Not Like Us will be the highlight of his performance, and it was. It was.
Trying to stick it to Drake. He really was. And he even brought Serena Williams out there. You know, Serena was Drake's ex-girlfriend. And when Serena moved on to her husband, Drake decided to take shots at her husband. So Serena got her little get back by doing that dance on stage. And also, she was representing Compton. So we get it. But Kendrick brought Serena out there just to rub it in Drake's face. And I kind of feel like he was losing the plot a little bit, because he made his moment about Drake. But overall, if I had to rate his performance, I would give it a 6 out of 10. It wasn't bad, but it just wasn't impressive enough to me. I think when you kind of compare it to other halftime shows, it doesn't really hit the same. You know what I mean?
You know what? See, that's the thing. See, like, she comparing it to Beyonce. Hold on, let me let you keep
Beyonce's
going.
Christmas halftime show, like, she performed down, and the songs she performed weren't even her hits. They were just songs from her album Cowboy Carter, but she knew how to perform them and make them entertaining. And I think Kendrick tried his best.
I don't think you can I don't know how much bigger you could do that with Kendrick's songs, especially because if he's trying to portray something, that would be the focus, and it wouldn't be my dancing or the lights and the glitter and all that. What I do believe also is people need to realize you cannot compare him to other artists because he's not like them. They're not the same. They not even the same, not in the same category. He's a rapper. Beyonce, she's a beautiful woman that, most people just love her entertainment, her dances. And so it's easier for her to do that and have this big flashy performance. I didn't expect that from him. I guess that's the difference between me and everybody else that is reviewing the halftime show. They expected this big flashy performance and their expectations were way too high. And even with me not having my expectations on that level, I still think he exceeded my expectations because I just kind of knew it was going to go in that way. I guess for us that knew that it was going to go the way it did, he wowed us. He did. And like everybody keeps saying, is what people is missing is that it was not supposed to be like any other halftime show. It was not supposed to be, and it wasn't. And he did a great job. And yeah, I'm not even gonna play anymore because it goes longer, and it do talk about more good points. But I kind of just wanted to touch this topic because everybody is talking about it. And there's a lot of people who agree with like everything she was saying, and I love Impressive. I just don't agree with her opinion on this subject, on this topic, because usually I agree with everything she say, but this one I don't agree. I think he did an amazing job, y'all. It was outstanding, and the ones who got it, and some didn't, or either they got it and they didn't care. They wanted to see the flashy lights, the performance, the concert type thing, even though I still feel it was that. But they wanted to see something bigger. But that's because, like she just showed, Beyonce, they come with all the lights and the dances and all this, it's just over the top with these other performers. So people wanted that and they didn't get it. So yeah, I get it, y'all. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion, and there's nothing wrong with that. Me personally, I loved it, and I have watched it several times since, and I'll probably be watching it again. I enjoyed it, and there's a lot of people who did. Yeah, so that's the end of that for this video. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. Tell me if y'all liked the show. If you did, why? If you didn't like the show, tell me why. Yeah, I would love to hear other people's opinions, but I loved it. Yeah. Okay. So I'm out. Bye.